Shaib! Welcome back. It's me again, Mr. Hall, artist, founder, master healer, mentor, guide. Uh, Reality is still catching up to define specifically what I am just yet. What we are. I am because we are, right? Okay, spiritual burp there. If you're familiar and a part of the tribe, you recognize this already. If you don't, burping is a form of release and transformation energy that I'm picking up. And as soon as I begin the video, I begin to channel. So what's come through prior to me even starting this video, okay? So something about specific objects, two objects, okay? So there may be a group of three that was performing some type of spiritual warfare energy, and I digress. As soon as I begin the video, I begin to channel. And what I've been picking up is a lot of dense energy leaving the body, and also you being empathic, sensitive, tapping into this quantum field and quantum realm, whichever circle you fall into spiritually, mentally, rationally, as these facts, agreed upon facts and truths are changing every day. It looks like there's been a lot of integration and releasing through transformation, okay? Something significant came up about rice and beans, okay? So there may be some type of new proteins. I'm picking enzymes that are being discovered within science, okay? So possibly some type of neuroscience advancement I'm picking up, and this can apply personally to you. So some type of brain or some type of mental attack, psychic attack in relation to the spiritual warfare, and also a new protein that's going to be discovered within the body that is going to be very helpful for the collective, okay, for the macro scale globally, okay, possibly within a Latin country, as this is the rice and beans, okay. So, but rice and beans are very fulfilling and food staple, right? So something significant about food, also a birthday party, something about sprinkles, okay? All right. So some type of sweet communication coming in now that you were able to recognize and take your power and hold your power. I'm picking up this energy of, let's say, if you were experiencing any form of spiritual warfare, that energy that was being projected to you has now been returned back to sender. But you do want to be aware of returning back to sender, and this is getting more into the cult practices. I'm picking up hoodoo, voodoo, right, Ifa, different African cultures and religions or practices spiritually, right? But that energy is going back to where it belongs, and you may have went through the process of transmuting that energy. And in transmuting that energy and opening up all of your clairs, your psychic understanding, your understandings of how electromagnetism works, okay, understanding the tiers of consciousness. And I'll go ahead and post this on the channel so that we have a better understanding collectively of these things, so I don't have to repeat every time. But in short, getting better and understanding these tiers of consciousness, not as high or lower, but an integration, a multi-dimensional, multi-omnidirectional space. You're picking up on these energies. So I'm picking up destiny swapping, I'm picking up karma reversing, I'm picking up dharma, where the tribe, the collective, and the high vibration frequency of balance with the solar plexus energy, which I did pick up because the imagery of the rice was yellow. So these beans representing regeneration, okay? And a regeneration to your creativity that was possibly being siphoned or vampirically through energy, through dark psychology, through dark telepathy as well. Different modalities for that. Look it up a bit. You'll get some enlightenment, and or book a session above. Selective, very selective on who I will book with though. But I am available for that, okay? As this is my true work. So being here to share these confirmations, these are things you already know, and I'm just possibly giving you confirmation. Your subconscious may have drawn you to this video. You may have seen or heard of me around somewhere, or somewhere in the consciousness, in the ethers, I manifested for you, right? Kind of like a genie or a jinn. And something about gin, so the drink, gin, alcohol. So like I said, a party, sprinkles come to mind a lot. Also, okay, the left hemisphere of the brain. So balancing some energy out on the left side of the body. I'm picking up some form of palsy, Okay, someone can reference the Western terminology for the drooping face or things like this. So there may have been some masking going on, and now that the masking has ended and the illusions have ended, you've stepped back into your power, you've owned your creative energy, and you're getting a regeneration coming back to you from wherever it may have been siphoned. Okay, someone may be also a chef or tapping into some type of cooking with this rice and beans very strongly coming through and being present. Okay. And I did share recently on another portion of the channel. If you click the link above, you'll see, but the Ancestors and Oracle deck. So you may be connecting with your ancestors, animal spirits, looking into reincarnation, okay? So there may have been some type of oracle in the reverse energy, shaman reverse, okay, at the bottom of the deck. Some ramen, so ramen may be significant if you're on that side of the globe. Hello, everybody. Maybe tell me where you're from, too. That'll be good so we can build our community even further. Okay, but you're in this shield maiden energy, making plans and focusing, okay? All right, and I believe astrologically, right now, we're in a new moon, so Libra. So this would tie in and be a confirmation as well for you that this new Libra moon is bringing in some balance, okay? So some stuck energy is being released and rebalanced, and this energy may have been being projected to you. Yeah, you got it to be brave and honest, okay? So I'm picking up gangs, cults, mafias, cartels, corruption within government and corporations. It's just so heavy, and it's been being transmuted. And you may have been one of the chosen ones to elucidate and bring knowledge and awareness to these experiences around gang stalking, around AI manipulation through sex cults, okay? Through different cults that are online, through hackers, through hacking. So a lot of information technology things coming up, government coming up, illicit activities and products coming up. But again, no good or bad or evil, good or evil. We're omnious here. I am practicing animism. We just let the energy flow, okay? So what's happening though is that there's a rebalance to this stuck energy that has been happening throughout the globe, and it's becoming more and more apparent every day. And let's not say every, but humans are awakening to this consciousness shift and expansion. And this can be very triggering for external individuals separate of yourself. That's the best way to put it. Energy being projected onto you has now found its rightful place. And that may be a tower moment for many individuals, okay, that have not chosen to ascend during this lifetime and or are deciding to remain within boxes that have been created for them, okay? If you know, you know. Do some research on that. I'll go ahead and reference released CIA documents for research. I'll also go ahead and release specific technologies that have been available and not present to the public, okay? That's been an ongoing theme. And referencing the previous video below, if you haven't been watching, if you're not watching this on the YouTube channel, go ahead and go over to YouTube, click the link above, go to YouTube, scroll down to the video under this one, and you'll see some reference points and get a better picture holistically. And you can click the summary so that you have a better understanding. And even me mentioning summary, so you may be getting downloads, right, or intuitive hits and or co-creating with reality, right, you being a part of reality. It is giving you messages, and these may be coming from passed on loved ones, these may be coming from ancestors, these may be coming from interdimensional beings, you may be breaking through the veil that has always not been there, really awakening and understanding your spiritual gifts, your polymath, neurodivergent mind and way of communicating, right? Doing a lot less explaining of yourself and a lot more being, okay? And as you honor yourself, you're stepping into this power even further and calling all of your power back. So you may have done some protection ritual. You may also be guided to do some form of offering to your ancestors. All right, they may be asking for rice and beans or some type of cake, something sweet. This may be significant, a passed on loved one or guardian, right? If you were in any type of foster care system, or had to get legal guardianship taken over you, okay? I'm also picking up power of attorney. So any hidden documents or anything that was hidden from the past is coming to light, and so mote it be. And as it's coming to light, okay, you may be connecting with, and we did pick up this Jin energy, so from other parts of the world. I'm picking up Asia with the Shaolin Master, okay? Tapping into some draconic energy as well, so some dragon. So let's say you've beat the dragon, you've slayed your inner demons, you've slayed your dragon, right? And balanced and worked, and or are balancing and working with daemons, and the energies of all, right? Wherever you find yourself on that timeline. Now, in the recent past, the spirit fox. So trusting your talents in changing times, right? So the changing of times, as we shift the seasons, it seems that our energetic bodies are updating and upgrading with this as well. And it does coincide with the Libra new moon, okay? Many layers to that. Depending on where you are within your awakening and consciousness, even if it's requiring language, it may already be too late, right? But in reference to time no longer being linear, okay, and our understanding collectively to quantum leaping and allowing yourself to reach into the law of attraction, you're connecting with your guardian angels, right? You may be the guardian angel, you may be the ancestor now, right? As everything that I'm saying here is simply a confirmation for you, and you are your best guide, right? So you're tapping into this light as a feather. So I'm picking up Anubis and this and Seth energy, so Egyptian energies as well. Right, and balancing back to this 369 energy, so Nikola Tesla, the sun, the masculine, the moon, so sun, 3, the masculine, the 6, moon, passive, and the I, the 9, completion, okay, being seen. And you having been, so I'm picking up spiritual judgment or some type of spiritual case energetically happening, right? So in the recent past, you adapted and used your instincts, and you may have awakened a gift, right? Because I do see this throat chakra lit up on the fox, okay? So speaking your truth, right? And you see how the fox has all these underlying water tones, and even the third eye is opened, okay? So you set your mind to something and it's being accomplished. And now you've tapped into the energy, frequency, and vibration of lifting yourself out of any dense or heavy energies beyond those four tiers of consciousness that I mentioned. So your physical body has caught up to your energetic body, and with that crack in my thoracic, you've released, right? You've released any energies that were attempting to hold on to you. And in that releasing, though, you had space to feel all the feels, right? To feel and sense all of those things happening around you. And now you may have been in a place in the very recent past, if we look at time linearly, you may have been in a space to feel these energies, okay? So a sense of panic, a sense of fear, a sense of attempting to revert or send back that energy. But once you open specific gates, those gates don't close. So something about opening portals, CERN, okay? The three-eye atlas, okay? Depending on where you are on the timeline, the conspiracy truths, right? Ancestral, okay? As well. And as well as linear rational logic, but limited in understanding, as we can see now as well. They're a combination of both the left brain and the right brain, the masculine and the feminine, bringing the completion together, okay? So you've been knighted as well in the very near future, okay? Being brave and being honest has led you into this space of honoring yourself. So I'm picking up master, okay, so let's say master masons, 33rd degrees, different energies in the understanding. And this is showing the symbolism of the cross. So pure energy, right? Many layers to this in context as we practice omniism, but for a while, these symbolisms have been hidden, these hidden symbols. I'm picking up cryptology. I'm picking up hidden messages and codes being sent to you through the subconscious, all right? So the awareness collectively of these manipulated energies through entities that exist in line with humans are in fact awakening the entire collective, okay? And with these sensitivities and these portals or chakra, okay, energies, this is what's coming to my third eye. With these chakra, with the update of awareness, okay, being more inclusive and language being available for all of us to communicate and connect instantaneously through the internet. So sweet communications coming through about you being knighted, okay, about you stepping into this energy of sacred power, awakening the inner and higher self and really connecting with it, okay? And the verbiage coming to mind is you are God within you. You create reality within you. And so really having this being graceful in movement and action as the Shaolin master. So you're reaching some form of mastery level in communication if you're seeing this reading, okay? You have the ability to mold anything, similarly to the alchemist, the magician, the hierophant, magus energies. You're having the ability to shift and mold energy around you, while also being graceful and light and gentle as a mantis. But as we know in the animal kingdom of insects, right? So something about cryptids as well, if you're familiar with the different species of interdimensional beings that are existing within this planet and consciousness. Um, you are being able to float like a bee, sting like a bee, float like a butterfly, right? So something about boxing as well. You may be getting into your physicality a bit more, right? So yeah, and I keep hearing these rice and beans, So that may be very significant. The letters in that, rice and beans. So rice and peas, different dialects coming through. So from the islands to, okay. So similar, right? Similar. So that may be a joke, an inside joke for someone. All right, but similarly to, so the name Lee may be significant as well, but similar to a grain of rice and how you have a whole bowl filled with the grains of rice and each one representing a gift of life, a miracle. So abundance coming into you, right? And I'll show you the imagery here on this. Okay, this was coming up, and this rice and beans, similar to sprinkles as well, but picture sprinkles, rice, but some sweet abundance coming to you, and you can pick and eat one by one, or you can eat the whole thing, right? So you changing the pace in how you create, you changing the pace in how reality is reorganizing itself around you energetically, right? And I am picking and being guided to reference this sacred symbolism. So the Eye of Ra. All right, so you may fall into the categories of identifying with the energies of goddess-like energy, god-like energy. All right, yeah, because you are the key, the number 31. So the age 31 can be significant, 31 days, a day in the month, okay, weeks, 3 and 1 breaking down into 4. So you have stabilized the key. Your key has been stabilized as far as your interdimensional key, your spiritual key, your knowing yourself and who you are key, right? And I'm being guided to reference within, okay, I'm getting a Harry Potter reference, and the wizardly world at that time would reference individuals who are not conscious or have not awoken to these extra layers of reality and contexts of understanding, would be called muggles. So in reference to muggles not being able to comprehend and or understand your expressions, you have been separating and not explaining yourself for any of that, and there may have been an attempt to latch back onto you energetically and vampirically, but that is no more, right? You've separated from it and you were able to transmute that energy due to your protection, right? So there may have been some type of death magic being projected towards you. So not literal death. I'm also picking up a stopping to your rebirth. So your rebirth is protected, right? And similarly, you have been crowned with this rose being symbolized here. So roses may be significant, the name rose as well, and also your root chakra, right? Balancing with your golden or yellow solar plexus chakra, right? So your creativity and your rebirth have been protected, and you may have done this protecting. You may have also had external energies in the physical assisting with this, and or interdimensional energies assisting with this as you are stepping into your north node, your true work, your life purpose, and being able to give space for the healing collectively. And also you may simultaneously be healed, and now that you have healed yourself, you're able to guide and assist others. So through whatever methodology or modality that you choose to work with, right? So if you want to look at any of the foundational pillars of society and creation, you may tap into any of those frequencies, right? So no good or bads, no good or evils, it's just where you're finding balance, right? So are you an artist? Are you expressing yourself eccentrically? Are you looking into technology, as we did get a reference in that? Are you looking into government work? Are you looking into reestablishing your own government, your own laws, your own systems, right? Really creating. As a few videos down, I really reference separating from what has been previously defined and literally stepping into a visionary energy and creating meaning, giving meaning to life, right? So no matter where you find yourself on that consciousness, wherever you find yourself in consciousness, we're all in this bowl, and whatever grain of rice you choose to pick as your bridge and your pathway, okay, metaphorically referencing, whichever blessing or no blessing, whichever anointing you choose as your grain of rice, right? That neuron, I'm picking up citron as well. Okay, fluorite as well.
Windows closed.
So different organizations of the energy. Yes, so death will be knocking on your door, attempting to manipulate things, but that's significant. Death knocking on your door as you separate from the limited perspective and step into a rebirth, right? Fully protected. And you may have transmuted this energy. So I don't know what you did, but it worked. Okay, I have some, let's not say I don't know what you did, but, and we'll keep that. Okay, but so, yeah, this reference of the chalice, these three roses. So something about three different roses. I believe this is referencing some type of group or organization. So you may be getting some information about that. Okay, or you may be, okay. So near-death experiences may have taken place in the recent past. You may have had an awakening that has guided you into your spiritual journey and into being able to find individuals and soul tribes to communicate these different experiences that you may have previously been fearful of with this spirit of the fox. But you tapped in to being more trusting in your instincts during these changing times. Okay, got a lot of confirmations there. But the number 36 as well. Okay, so 3 and 6 may be significant. 6, 7, 8, 9. So completion. Yeah, you've gone through some type of completion and now you're being knighted with this protection. Okay. Wow, how interesting. Okay, so a lot of grounding and holding on to that frequency and that energetic key for you. Okay, and you may have monitoring spirits as well, attempting to oh man, this is okay. So wait reverse. You're being guided not to wait. Okay, you know the truth. You have the understanding. Okay, you're not asking for help from others. You're being able to listen to your own intuition, right? Further confirmation. As I tell you, you are your own best guide, right? So this energy being projected to you in the past, this death energy, this heavy energy, it's been revoked, right? There's no peaceful resolution for that, unfortunately and fortunately. So depending on where you find yourself on that side of the timeline in this perspective. Okay, and you're also possibly being guided to put a death to something, which I believe you have done, right? Your angels are letting you know to listen to your intuition because you've been knighted with protection and being able to provide protection. So protection spells, okay, I'm being guided to reference book a reading if you would like one, but there's some type of protection taking place for your new beginning, right? Your infinitely new beginning. Similarly to that bowl of rice with that one grain, you have many infinite new beginnings in the near future for you as you have knighted yourself, been knighted. You may have also, okay, you're stepping into this mirror energy, okay? So you may have had your shadow energy or a lot of shadow work to do. Let's put it in that context, or really breaking down any past traumas, PTSD, complex PTSD, in the Western medicine terminology, psychologically, right? And also the letters P, T, S, and D may be very significant. So part-time satanic drama is what I picked up. Part-time satanic drama. Okay, yeah, success. Okay, so you're going to have some success and then no to waiting, no to something happening within the next few weeks. Okay, you're going through a time of recovery. Okay, you're going through a time of recovery as it's not the right time. So something was attempting to all right, so I'm picking up suicide spells, I'm picking up mental confusion spells, I'm picking up mirror magic. Okay, that we did pick up that mirroring energy. Okay, so some type of mass, all of these things are going down. And when I say down, as in any energy attempting or that had attempted to obstruct you in your creation and movement forward has been you've been protected against. All right, so this may have been coming from an ancestor, okay, past life ancestors as well, not only from this lifetime or dimension. Okay, so you've had some real angelic protection. And if we look at things holistically from a non-dualistic space, angels, demons, right, they will appear in different ways to different energies that are either benevolent or malevolent towards you, right? So this is why I say there's no real fear in relation. So releasing the fear, okay, in the recent past by following your instincts and trusting your intuition, utilizing the communication that you have developed through completion with your guardian angels, okay? Yeah, you have been knighted as being brave and honest with protection, right? You have become a master, all right? I definitely got guided to channel that information for us, okay? And this deck that I'm also using, the Angel Answers Oracle deck, okay? So something is cemented in. I always reference this as I've had it for so long. The coloring has wiped away, right? So the masks have wiped away, but the true essence is there, okay? It's imprinted, it's in your DNA. I'm picking up alien DNA, I'm picking up rightful place. So just a big rebalancing. Ooh. All right, let's see. Yeah, home reverse. Okay, so something about some type of home. Okay, so 0-1. Okay, so 10-10 may be significant as well. So karmic endings, right? Yeah, you're the healer, and as we did reference this Eye of Ra, yeah, healer. You're stepping into your healing modality. I'm picking up group 7 if you've been following any social media communications, which there are many layers to this, but if you are following social media communications, the number 3, 4, and 5, okay, may be significant. 32 may be significant, breaking down into a 5, but 3 and 4 as well, significant. So this can be ages, days of the week, days of the months, license plate number, anywhere that you can see numbers. Look into numerology and angel numbers if you need some further clarification on this. But you've been seen by the Eye of Ra. That's how I can put that. You've been seen by the Eye of Ra. I'm also picking up favorited, spoiled, chosen, right? Chosen, many different languages and terms to describe the different levels of access and conscious awareness to these energies, right? There's been a shift, a complete shift, completion. So you may be hearing about something that has taken place as well. This is significant. So let me digress. There was a lot of death energy recently that was being projected, and it's been returned, and the energy has either been transmuted, digested, right? I'm picking up a digestion, a balance to a beginning has changed, okay? So you've rewritten. I'm picking up rewriting reality. You've rewritten the stars. You've rewritten destiny. So kudos, okay? You've rewritten destiny. Yeah, you're getting the message, okay? And this may have come through some type of interdimensional communication, right? This mirror, as butterflies and moths will have the patterning on their wings to mirror energy and show you reflections and show you messages. You may have tapped in. So I'm picking up clairvoyance, clairsentience, okay? So just an inner knowing, a clear vision of what you are creating, what you're doing, and how you're moving forward, all right? And you are being guided to have gratitude, all right, with the number 35, okay? So 3, 5, being very significant, okay? You may want to light a candle for your ancestors and look into knowledge, right? Your own knowledge, as in your own personal connection with spirituality, spiritualism, okay, I'm picking up any type of, okay, kitchen witch, okay, if you're going to consider yourself a witch, or you're going to consider yourself any spaces where you would practice magic and being able to understand magic, and or understanding the different layers and levels and dimensions within these communications with spirits, okay? So I'm picking up medium energy, okay, if we want to use that language. Okay, yeah. And then we have lucky here with the horseshoe and an affluence, right? So some type of luck and affluence coming to you. So despite any external circumstances, okay, similarly to myself, stepping into my true work has been a shift from the corporate America perspective, right? And we find that there's balance in the linear masculine archetype energy and the oracle energy, and the energies that we're attempting to siphon from you were very out of balance, unfortunately and fortunately, right? Everything is divinely in order. So affluence coming in, the number is 05, so 50 as well. I'm picking up and looking at this reverse through the camera. So something about that, the ocular nerves, and a switching to how everything has been perceived, okay? So these heavier and denser energies are now being lightened for you, and you are creating that space, right? You're lucky enough to be creating that space. And let's not reference luck specifically. You may have put in, through the years of your life, this lifetime, connecting all of these dots, coming full circle. So 47, 05, okay? So spiritually stable, okay, and ready for infinite changes and affluence, okay, right? And sacred geometry coming to mind as well, and the balancing to the heart chakra, as we see these divine masculine and feminine energies represented through this sigil, okay, and the sun, but in the shape of a triangle. So that 369 coming into play again, okay, and the hexagon, okay, so hexagon may be significant, but tetragrams, all right, that may be significant as well. And this lucky horseshoe, so something about the letter U, okay, or the letter N as well. All right, also picking up an onion. Okay, also picking up a barrel, the name barrel, okay. Interesting. And the number 8, right? So in abundance, if we look at the portals in this hoof, or this horseshoe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Also peas, okay? Again, the reference to rice and peas. So you're going through some major transformation. Your affluence, your spiritual wealth, your spiritual inheritance is being returned to you, right? And you are becoming the butterfly and the moth simultaneously, okay? One naturing through dark, one having sight through the day, right? Being able to adapt in any environment and energy, using your instincts, okay? This very fox energy. So there may have been some, and this is where the spiritual warfare came, okay, where in a past life, you may have been going through a karmic expression of energies attempting to implant on you, but, this lifetime you were able to step into gratitude, being that one light, that one flame that held the space, right? The numbers 3 and 8. So being grateful has led you to this abundance, right? Which is also the number 8. Where did we see the 8 as well? Okay, so 888 is very significant. It came to my mind. Okay, so due to jealousy from a past life, so something carried over, and then this new moon, right? So something may be so the readings are timeless, but something may be very significant around this new moon that there were attempts at blocking or strategizing some type of nefarious, sly, slick fox energy, right? That you witnessed and that you've been protected from with this Eye of Nazar, okay, the evil eye, protection from evil eye, right? And even the earrings as well. So, so something significant about ear ringing as well. So gold hoop earrings may be significant, Cheerios may be significant, I'm picking up. So a lot of food references. So one of your ancestors, so so you may have had spirits from a past life attempting to use you and harness you for food. I'm picking up vampirism, vampires, I'm picking up dark and heavier, denser energies that are now being sucked dry, okay? As the wealth has shifted, the energy has shifted, okay? Yeah. New oxygen. I'm also picking up with this air sign in reverse. So there's no oxygen for that or in your existence. You've vibrated out of that consciousness, and now without your light being a source, okay, similar to moths attracted to a flame, without your light being that source, energies, the air has changed. And this is referencing a new discovery under the ocean floor in relation to extraterrestrial energies that are at the seabed, things like this. If you know Atlantis, different terminologies, go ahead and do some research on that. But new forms of oxygen being found in different spaces, right? So you learning how to breathe, okay, an anointing into your life, into existence. So again, referencing the gift of prophecy, which was referenced in the previous video. So really summarizing and referencing and putting all these dots together in real time, right? So the imagery that I get is you physically being here and multiple separations or aspects of you being in multiple places at once, you being able to gather that energy and bring it back to you, right? Recalling all of your energy from all places, spaces, times, dimensions, portals where you may have left it, right? And in that, you're feeling what was going on around where you left your energies. And now that you've transmuted that and you brought it back and it's solidified, right? Solid. Okay, so earth energy, air energy. So strong, stable communication, okay? And gratitude and luck being your transformation, okay? Confirmation, as my phone just went off. And the number is 833, again, referencing that master number 33. So a master abundance doubly solidified, okay? Mastering abundance, okay? If this is you, definitely book a session, right? Okay. And we'll do some quick karma cards for reference. And as you see today, more guidance to knowledge that has been pre-existing just because that's where we're guided, right? But We want to clarify the references, right? So something around your ideas. Number 3 again. So 333 may be very significant as well. So getting into a space of your willpower, okay? Stepping into this fire energy with Aries, all right? And Jupiter, right? Learning to teach willpower, right? Learning or teaching your willpower and the extraordinary power of prayer. Okay, so Scorpio energy. So having this fire and water energy. So what I'm picking up is, hey, water and fire don't mix, but when you put the rice into the pot, you need the heat to boil up the water, then producing. Okay, so I'm picking up this alchemical process. Okay, you alchemically stepping into your willpower and being able to process and transmute heavy and dense energies for humanity's sake with the 11th house here, okay? Representing more of your hopes, your wishes, right? Freedom, association, circle of friends. And we did reference getting in connection with soul tribe and community, even if that's not physically, or physicality, okay? Even if that's not physically. So possibly protecting your energy, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, your sexual energy, and expressing that holistically and in a healthy way. So I'm picking up sex trafficking as well, pimps. I'm picking up different methodologies that individuals are using to profit off of your energy. I'm picking up digital cybercrime, stalking, okay, gang stalking. All right, I'm picking up sacrificing in that way. So I did pick up on gangs that force you to rape in order to be able to join those gangs and different things of this nature. So really tapping into the shadow aspects of the human psyche and nature. Okay, but you're being thanked by your ancestors because as you're healing and you've gone through awakening your consciousness and connecting deeper, right? Not higher specifically, but deeper within yourself, you're freeing your ancestors also. Okay, so let's see. All right, and something about significance. So there's a significance to, through any distractions or any attempts to throw off your energy, you've been able to maintain, okay, this, so you've gone through a death and rebirth energy with Pluto, right? And I believe astronomically, based on the astrology, there was some type of power struggle for your energy, some type of power struggle taking place, okay? The need for control and obsession with, right? So some type of obsession energy around resources, your resources, others' resources, and that's being shifted diplomatically through relationships as we enter Libra, right? With the 7th house as well. So spiritual balance taking place diplomatically. And this change coming from balance, right? Patiently, right? Being patiently what you want, focusing on what you want, your beliefs, your values, right? And your resources, being patient about that, okay? So I'm not picking up waiting, I'm picking up patience in you having unwavering faith, confirmation, having unwavering faith in yourself through your willpower, through your understanding and the depths of yourself that you have reached, okay? You having unwavering faith in the visions that you are creating, which you've been guided to create, what has come to you directly channeled, okay? All right. Something significant about Andrea, the name Andrea, the name Munoz. Okay. All right, let's do a sign. Okay. Yeah, see, something not waiting. Yeah, something's happening immediately. It's as though an energy that has been coming up, and I'll thank the other reader. I'm not sure of their name right now, but thank you. You know who you are, telepathically sending that energy. Okay, so there was a mentioning of individuals that have, so some spiritual war took place, and it was a psychological war as well, right? The war is spiritual, the attack is psychological, and there may have been a space where you are literally in your birthday era, your winning season, you're not crying at your birthday, but individuals were attempting to make you cry. Let's not say individuals, energies were attempting to make you cry. And what you're feeling now after after Pluto has left retrograde, where the back end shocks of that energy, releasing, okay, an energetic release. So you are feeling possibly, so many different places on the timeline. One end, you could have been feeling more projections happening, right around this new moon. If you're watching it during that time, it's going to be significant whenever you watch this video, the new moon. But anyway, because it's all blended into one time, it's fluid in the energy, right? So you may have been feeling those projections, and on another timeline, right, which most of us that are watching are on connecting with, not to say that you're left out, there just may be, you know, residual stubbornness thing hanging on there. Anyway, with the Pluto energy separating from the retrograde, you have how do I say this? You're understanding that what you're actually feeling is those energies being separated from you, the final purge of those energies separating from you, and you being able to step into your basking energy, right? This beautiful, beautiful, powerful energy. Okay, yeah, stepping away from the south node, there will not be anxiety. Okay, so you're not having any more anxiety, right? You've stepped out of your south node. So energy is attempting to keep you stuck in this south node energy. I'm picking up the image from Hercules, where the perceived villain is forced to go down into the depths of energy, and he's just having all these different souls and spirits clinging all onto him, and he's like, get off of me, right? I forget the name, but someone will know that reference, okay? So yeah, it seems that you release that south node energy. All right, balance, no judgment. Okay, so in Aquarius, yeah, genius to experiment with. So you have been given the keys to have genius incorporated into your being, your essence, your reality. And now with these keys, whatever they are for you, you are being granted this luck, this abundance, these proper relationships, being diplomatic, right? Having space to really and truly express yourself and understand, right? Resurrecting your vision, okay? Diplomatically, patiently, right? Mentally, that's the spiritual message directly. Resurrecting your vision diplomatically and patiently. Mentally, getting to the heart of what's new and different about relationships and what you want, right? So stepping out of this heartbreak projection energy, woe is me energy, you are in your winning season. It is your winning time. We have already made it there. The war is over. It's ended, right? That's the energy. And physically, do or die, you must use an unconventional way and get a fair deal, get what you need, okay? So that may also be on a physical tense, really knowing what you deserve, okay? You are divinely guided to be here. You deserve to be here, right? And no more begging for energy and getting breadcrumbs, right? So stepping into your true work, okay? Stepping and separating away from any of these perceived limitations that have been projected upon you, your soul, your spirit. You are the most beautiful thing that's here, right? You have genius within you, okay? And let's see. All right. Spiritually, the need for control of genius to experiment with your beliefs and balance, right? So you're controlling your genius, okay? Nothing is being taken from you. It's an inherent birthright, right? Similar to this angel answers where it's etched in. That's the angel's answers. It's solid. it's there, right? And you embodying this and being it, okay? Mentally, an obsession with the discoveries of what you value and cooperation, right? So you're having an obsession with what you value. So turning it into an obsessive session, depending on where you are on the timeline, some type of OF, OnlyFans, some type of erotic energy, really getting obsessed with your energy, really getting obsessed with what you value and your cooperation with spirit, with yourself, your higher self, and your interconnectedness to reality, as it is very much malleable and very much more alive than we have been led to believe. And if you know, you know, in specific circles. Okay, so now physically, a power struggle resulting from the eccentricity of your resources and your partners, right? So there may have been, right, we did reference that power struggle that took place over your resources or your perceived resources. And so physically, you're doing what you need to do. Okay, you're getting what you need, what you deserve, as you've learned your true worth, your value. You've stepped into honoring your truth, and that's the answer. You've honored your truth. So kudos to you. All right, this is nice. All right, tribe. So for now, that is the message. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all. I'm glad that we're all connecting and growing. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check the link above for my other sources of communication, some of my art, if you need to book a session. Also check the shorts on the YouTube shorts for instant confirmation. I've programmed the posts that way to give you those messages, okay? So the imagery that you're seeing is sending a subconscious message to you, and you may later see those symbolisms or energies within your reality, even in the astral travel realms, okay? Not breaking any spiritual laws there, just sending the positive energy, and if you wish to receive it, you will receive it, okay? And 844. So repeating numbers are basically 444, 333, okay? And confirmation for you. All right, you're tapped in, you're linked in, okay? Something about LinkedIn as well if you've been waiting for some type of job opportunity, okay? All right, tribe. Anakumun, okay? Ashe, abracadabra, okay? So would it be. Talk to you soon.